walk slowly, but never backward. So I got my notes here I called it photo mining, right? So he talks about there was a photography class that he experimented with, and he gave split the room in half, and there was two different assignments, right? One was come up with the perfect picture by the end of the semester, and the other one was come up with 100 pictures. And who ended up having the best picture?
Quantity. People tried and failed and refined their process and did it again.
Yeah.
So take shots on goal, basically.
Well, that reminded me of, and I was telling you earlier, the Grant Cardone, where you practice you role play every day because you're weeding out all the things that work and don't work, like with the photographs, the lighting and the positions and all that, and role play. That's how my brain went. And
you post it. That guy posts all the time. He doesn't sit there and design the perfect post. He just sends it out.
Just roll with it.
Like he uses X to test post. Brandon was saying he uses X to test his posts out. And then the ones that get a good response go on to Instagram because he's got a bigger following there, I guess. So
strategy.
Yeah.
But right, the actions will produce better results than the thoughts, right? Your actions are going to outproduce your thoughts. And I think that that was the main takeaway for me. And then I'll just say that, everything that we've experienced up and through now has proven that to be the case. I mean, you listen to Grant, he says, take massive action. He doesn't say, sit down and think about it. Brandon talks about massive action. He doesn't say, sit down and come up with the perfect plan and don't release anything until it's perfect. And right. So it was interesting though, just it seems obvious after you've read the book that, yeah, if you just sat around thinking about photography and didn't actually take any pictures, yeah, of course you're not going to end up with a good picture, right? How do you even know it's going to be a good picture until you go out and take a few hundred? So,
all right.
Anyway, how about you, Ro? What'd you get?
I just want to say I was pretty proud because I've been waiting till the day of to read the next chapter, and I was a little bit nervous this morning, and then I was like, hey, cool, it's a short one. So no, I underline neuros that fire together, wire together. I feel like that should be a t-shirt. Yeah. Right. And yeah, I mean, I totally resonate with this. I mean, in my posts, I've put things down about like social media. It's just like, some people are so hung up on the fact that things need to be perfect in everything that they do. And it's just kind of like, just post it and make sure you can do whatever it is consistently and it doesn't suck no matter what it is, because you're trying and you're putting yourself out there. So you just got to do it. So it's cool to see it in writing for sure. And yeah. I will make sure I stop reading it because I'll get caught at some point, right? Where I'm reading it the morning of and I won't have enough time, but this was nice. Yeah.
Well, I don't actually read the book. I just listen to it. So it's great that each chapter is just about 15 minutes because that's how much long it takes for us to get from the house to the office.
Yeah.
So we usually will listen to it on Monday. And then like today, we started listening to it again on the way in to just do a refresh, right?
Oh,
and
that's
I was
a
like,
good
oh,
idea.
yeah, that's right. That's what we were talking about. That was what the chapter was about. Because I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a lot of stuff going on around here, and I forget about shit fast.
Well, plus you might have a different perspective that day, depending on what's going on and how you woke up or what you went to sleep with. So that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Do a little recap.
But how about you, Drew? Did you get a chance to listen or read?
Yes, I did. I got caught up on all 11 chapters. There's a bunch of good little nuggets in the previous 10 chapters, but the action overthinking, I resonate with that a lot because I could sit here in my shop stressing, freaking out, thinking, how am I going to make this sign or how am I going to install this sign? And then I install it and I'm like, what was I worried about? All that thought process just ruined it. And then me doing the action was like, oh, it's not that hard. Wasn't that hard.
Done.
Mhm.
Yes, we get trapped in our own mind more often than we realize, you know, whether, you know, I'm a procrastinator. So I enjoy waiting until the last possible minute to get something done. And I probably shouldn't be proud of myself when I accomplish the goal in the last 5 seconds.
Right.
But yeah, there's a lot of time where I'm like, I don't want to do that right now. And I think in my head, I'm like, I don't need to work on that today because I don't need to deal with this for a week, right? And I think that's Elon's challenge is, you know, if you think it's going to take you 10 years, try to get it done in 6 months.
Yeah.
Because you'll get so much farther ahead than knowing you've got plenty of time to deal with it, plenty of time to work on it, right? And not just like, okay, this needs to get done, do it now, move on, right? And once you get locked into that do it now, move on, like, I mean, you just be moving at such greater speeds. So, but you, Michael, what you got?
So I like how they say motion and taking action are completely two different things, right? And
Yeah.
it's kind of a lot like what we've been talking about. You know, if there's a problem, just jump in the water and figure it out, right? Take it on. And so motion is basically strategizing and planning. And then he says taking action is actually what's going to produce an outcome. You know, so it kind of reminds me a lot of the woke culture, how they say, oh, I'm gonna manifest this, I'm gonna manifest this. And they sit down, they think about it, and they're like, it's gonna come to me. No, you have to take action. You have to do something for that to produce an outcome. So that's what it reminded me of.
That's great. I love that. How about you, Juan?
Um, I have really long drives. They're like about an hour plus. So I kind of fly through these things. I listen to it on audio, but um, I mean, kind of. So I'm already on the next. I'm already on another book right now, but I didn't go back to check up on this chapter. But just from what I hear you guys saying, like I couldn't agree more. I mean, really what Sean said is, you know, do it now and move on. And I feel like that's one thing that I've implemented in my life a lot. Like a lot of things that I don't want to do, like I'm just gonna do it fast and I'm gonna get it done so it's out of the way. And so that's one thing I've implemented in my life that, you know, correlates to what you guys are speaking of.
Yeah. Grant goes through that in one of his books. He talks, I think it was Be Obsessed or Be Average. Be a good one for you to read or listen to. It's about 9 hours long.
Yeah.
So
Is it really?
it'll take you a week to get through it.
Okay.
But he talks about it. He says, get it done, get it out, get it done and get it out, get it done and get it out, get it done and get it out, right? Not, you know, sit there and play with it for 3 weeks and then think about it and then find all kinds of reasons not to do it. You know, get it done, get it out. You're gonna make more mistakes, but you're also creating more momentum and you're doing more things. So it's okay to make mistakes. And those mistakes, they'll happen faster and they'll hold you back less than trying to avoid them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Trying to avoid a mistake is just a way to stay planted where you are and not move forward. So go make mistakes and get out of your own way. Mr.
I think-
Hosmer. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say another quote that I've heard is fail quicker, right? So just get out there and fail.
Yeah.
And it'll all work out.
It all worked out.
Yeah, I mean, back to what we talked about initially, just take shots on goal, get it out there. Don't be afraid to take action. What was Brandon was talking about? He's talking about like velocity of action.
Yeah, he talks a lot about
Moving.
velocity.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I could sit here and there's stuff that I look at and I'm like, oh man, how do I even start this? And the best way is just to,
Just start.
if you're looking at a big nasty spreadsheet, pick the first column and start there. Like it,
How do you eat an elephant?
Juan and
One
I,
bite at a time.
yeah, Juan and I were talking about building spreadsheets yesterday and on that, like the best advice is just get the data in, format it later, but just start putting data in.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out all later. If you start putting the borders in first, you're gonna be editing borders all the way throughout the process. So get the raw data in, worry about that later, but just start typing, you know? Start
like that.
doing shit.
Yeah.
You have a million emails, delete all the junk first, then one by
I
one.
was thinking about, so we're on our trip, right? And I've got like 35 voicemails and I'm all, hey guys, want to see me check 35 voicemails? And I just delete. And then he's like, hey, I think you can highlight them and then delete them all at the same time. I'm like, really? Boom. It's like there, I just checked all my messages.
Yep.
I think Grant even spoke on that one. He said if it was really important, they're gonna call me back again, or they're gonna email me
Leave a
again.
message.
That
Yeah.
it's a hard one to be okay with, but mass deleting stuff like that feels really good
Yeah.
because every time you look at your voicemail, you're gonna see that and go, ugh.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just a little subconscious thing that will gnaw at you. Same thing as like if you're looking down at your trash can and it's overflowing, just take it out. Do that one thing, you'll feel a little better. It goes back to the whole making your bed in the morning thing.
Yeah.
Folding your laundry right when you're done with it. Little stuff. Wash your dishes right when you're done eating.
This is this might be a little bit off topic, not off topic, but it's a different perspective. My mother was a severe hoarder and she loves to collect things. And I bring it up because we helped her go through it all. And I came across these cabinets she wanted to put in a bathroom. These are cabinets we bought when I was like 20.
I was saving those.
And, here we move her out and I'm 52 when we moved her out. And I found these cabinets and I remember how she just gushed over them. And I'm like, Mom, you never put these up. And she was just like, oh, didn't know if I'd get it right. And I didn't, all she had to do was throw it on the wall and put a level.
It totally applies.
She freaked out and overthought it, and they just sat hidden and got buried in a garage. And to this day, when she sees a picture and she's like, oh, I want this on the wall, I get it. I put it on the wall, and she's like, like, you've gotta, I'm like, no, you don't. You just put it up.
Hey, Drew, does that sound familiar? Do we know someone that's like that?
Oh, our dad is a major hoarder. He's still got a bunch. We have a
Jeez.
storage shed full of signs that he has that he hasn't touched in 20 something years.
He's got the most artwork books. And, oh, you guys are gonna be great. I'm like, man, I am gonna sell those things so fast when you're dead. I swear to God, we're getting rid of all those. Make sure you put price tags on them before you die,
Yeah.
because they're getting sold on eBay.
Oh
That
shit.
sounds heartless, huh?
It's true though. I mean, that's the problem.
It sounds heartless, but it is the fact.
But it's, what's really heartless is people who hoard things all their lives and then expect you to be the one to clean it up.
Right.
Everywhere he
Yeah.
goes, he leaves piles. Like you saw the house, like that table, but
Yeah.
like you were facing us this way, but that table is an area he took over. My mom's just like he's got a room upstairs just with piles of, like, he just paints in the morning and then just stacks up.
Also,
He
he
took over
has these signs that people want to buy, and then he's like, okay, for that 20,000, and they're like, never mind, I don't want to buy it anymore. It's like, well, dude, I'm gonna be stuck with this storage shed, and I'm gonna have to throw away these like thousands of pounds of signs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Do you guys know what the mystery spot is in Santa Cruz? Have you heard of
Yeah,
it?
I've never
Probably.
been there, but
So, but I had a little truck like the one I have right now back in the day, and I was selling it, and I told my dad, he stacked all these signs in the back of my truck to store them there, and I was like, dude, what are you doing at first? And then I told him, hey, I'm selling that truck, get that shit out of the back of my truck. So the morning of, it's still in there. So Drew pulls his Chevy up. We start pulling the sheet metal out. It's just gray old sheet metal. And we're out in the driveway, bending it and stomping it into little pieces. And he comes out. I don't know if you remember this, Drew. And he literally starts crying and he's like, oh, and he flips him over. And it's the original mystery spot sign.
oh shit.
We had no idea. And he was just like, he was just losing his mind. So he laid them all out in the driveway, unbent them all. And he was just sitting there like this, just like, I'm like, I told you, dude, you were put on
Told you,
notice.
old man.
I don't know what to tell you. You never told me you put the original mystery spot sign in the back of my truck.
Yeah, it was just a
Like,
pile of
that's something you
junk.
should tell me if it's valuable.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad. I mean, I do feel bad, but
Oh,
man.
man, that's brutal.
crazy.
It's
True,
the
though.
way you have to be though with that mindset of someone, because we paid a little over
Thousands of
$8,000 over 1 year of storing pods
Yeah,
of garbage and boxes of paper with Post-it notes and notes of the neighbors' pets' names.
yeah.
She didn't remember who the neighbors were, but she was like, when I see them, I'll know them, and I want to know that their white dog is named George. You know, just
Oh,
crazy
wow, we
stuff.
just tapped into some shit.
Customer service.
Right? When's, is,
Damn.
when's our therapy session?
Oh, my gosh. you're gonna have to
I'll be
get
the first one,
Dr.
I'll lay
Joseph
down.
back here in the
Just
room.
kidding.
Drew, hey Drew, I just want to say I'm super proud of you for catching up on the book. That's huge. I'm glad to have you here, and that's a big shift for you to jump into this. So
Yeah,
well
it was
done,
awesome.
sir.
That book is great, and I think now I'll just have it for the rest of my life, unless I gift it to somebody. It looks like you can do that now on
Oh,
the
You can
book app,
gift
or like you
books.
could share it with something. I'm not. Hey, first book I
That's
bought on
cool.
the book app, so hey, here we go.
there you go,
I'll
man.
keep saying-
Whole
I'll
new
send you
world,
more.
dude. Whole new world. Like, I mean, if you guys would have known me 10 or 15 years ago, you would have been like, that guy's never gonna pick up a book.
Yep. Me too.
So,
When I met you, I was.
Yeah. I was done learning back in high school.
Yeah.
Unless I could learn it on the job, then I'd get interested.
He was anti-social media until he went to Grant Cardone. And then before I knew it, he had over 1,000 followers on Instagram. And I'm like, and that was like in less than a month.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah. Get known or be gone. So let's see who's next. We got Masood. He hasn't said anything yet.
So I felt like this chapter was written because this is one of those mental blocks that I've had my entire life. And I think what just coming from international travels and coming back to America and the United States and just being more appreciative of everything that we have here. One of the best things about being an American and being in the United States is that failure is not looked down upon. Like you fail fast, you fail quickly, versus outside of the United States, if you fail, you are a failure. You people are reluctant to take risks because if you take a risk and you mess up, you're shunned. You're like the village.
Yeah, you get ostracized. Right?
Wow.
That person is it comes from the failure. That guy failed, and that guy came from a failing family and a failing tribe or whatever.
Failure.
Wow.
I think a lot of folks that are not from the United States originally, like myself, don't come with the mindset that we can't fail. We can't. So and this is one of those things that I feel like it holds me back when I'm doing follow up with customers because I'm like, no, did I read every single email that they have sent?
Mhm.
Did I go through every single text message? Did I go through the bid list properly? Versus picking up the phone and just calling the guy and saying, hey, what happened with this project?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and I think I think this is a major like mental shift and one of my favorite chapters in the book.
Awesome.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Jared.
Yeah, no, like Michael was talking about, the difference between action and movement. Don't get confused about those two things. It's real easy to get caught in movement. To me, it reminds me of like analysis paralysis, except you think that you're making progress when you're not.
Yeah, there's a quote that I always liked. It says, "Don't confuse activity with progress." Right? The activity is useless if it's not moving forward. So all of Grant talks about in the same book, Be Obsessed or Be Average. He talks about when he first launched his own business, when he quit the car dealership. He talks about how he went through like a whole year and a half of just, just preparation, right? Just preparing, just putting his, he said, he bought a computer. And he's like, I spent a whole year just putting contacts into the computer. But I didn't make any sales. I didn't make any calls. He's like, just wasted a year and a half, like preparing, right?
Yeah.
So, and
Versus doing.
versus doing. And his brother Gary was the one who was like, dude, stop calling me at work. Like, I'm busy. What are you doing? Right? It's like, get to work, Grant. And he's like, oh shit, I guess I have been pretty much not doing anything for a year and a half. So there's another one too. You guys, none of us are alone. Everybody goes through something in life to get them to where they are today. And a lot of the greats, why are they there? Because they failed quickly and they kept moving forward, right? Kept the velocity, made decisions, found out they were wrong, made new decisions. Those were right. And they just keep going and they don't get hung up on it has to be perfect before it goes out the door, or I don't know what to say to this person, so I'm not going to make the call, or whatever the excuses are that we give each other, right? Of why you don't do something. So
the greats also read lots of books. Every great that I've been paying attention to are aggressively consuming knowledge that's not given to you for free by CNN or Fox News.
Ooh.
If you're getting it for free, you're the product. And they have an incentive to spin you on shit. So go elsewhere, dig deeper into this stuff, and don't be susceptible to what the general populace of the country thinks, because most of those people are fucking clueless and they have no idea what's really going on. And that's why they fall into these traps of losing all their money in the stock market or believing this bullshit or that. You got to look past it, and that's what we're all doing right here by digging into this stuff and getting it from people. Like an author has their stake is people stop buying their books if they are a fraud, and they get rooted out really fast. So when you go, I'm not saying all books are not going to have some misconceptions in it, but I feel like you're getting a lot better information out of an author's writing than you are off of what you see out there.
Broadcast news.
Yeah,
sure.
And I had a good example of that. Like while I was abroad last week, I got messages on my phone about a tsunami from family members. We're sitting down having breakfast. We're seeing it in the news about the tsunami.
Oh my God.
And then it's like, why is that news coming to us like from all these different angles? Yeah. There must have been something really important that was going on. They want us to focus on the tsunami. And Drew, and it was like nothing. It was just a couple of extra waves.
Drew, what was the surf like in Santa Cruz? That's the first thing I said. I was like, surf's up, guys.
It was crazy flat, actually. I drove by right when it was like,
how do you know it's nothing? God knows but they got us distracted with the tsunami.
The water was like super sucked out, so it was like this actually is the sign of like possible big waves coming in after. But I was like, there's no surf, no one's out. The tide is super low. Yeah.
Non-event.
They sell outrage and fear.
Yeah.
To all of us,
versus going and, like you said, pursuing the knowledge that you want to gain, not the distractions that are being thrown at you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. What a morning. Been a lot going on in here every day.
Yeah.
Wednesday mornings are no different. All right. I didn't skip anybody, I hope. We good? Everybody good?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, I really do appreciate everybody, coming to this as well as the Wednesday meetings and our daily meetings. I mean, I really try to not have meetings to have meetings. And I feel like we all get a lot out of each one of these. And I do appreciate you guys taking the time to spend with us. Right. I mean, again, the team that learns together earns together, and there is a lot of money to be made. So let's go get ours. How come I can't end this meeting? All right, bye.